We're looking at homework from section 2.3. This is question number 22. The scores and their percents of the final grade for a statistics student are given. An error occurred grading the final exam. Instead of getting 86, the student scored 81. What is the student's new weighted mean? So we have all of our grades along with their percent of the final grade and the weighted scores. So I'm going to build a table that represents that information. You'll notice in the first column I put the scores. In the second column I put the percents, but I put them in decimal form. The reason I did that is because when they gave us the weighted scores, the way that they calculated those was by multiplying each score times its percent in decimal form. So if I were to take the first row of this table, the 89 times 0.05, that's where the 4.45 came from. Because if we had just multiplied 89 times 5, it would be 445. So this table reflects how those values were computed. So what it said is that we had an error in our table, and that the last value in our table, the 86, was supposed to be an 81. So when we're calculating a weighted mean, we always have to take the sum of the x times w's and divide by the sum of the w. So let's calculate the sum of the w. When we add up the column for percents, we get 1. And so now let's go ahead and replace that last score with a new score. So we take out the 86, it also takes out the x times w, and what we're going to do is we're going to put an 81 in its place. So we have to calculate 81 times 0.30. And when we do 81 times 0.30, we get 24.30. We add up this last column, and we get 84.85. Now, according to the formula, we would have to divide by the sum of those percents, but because the sum of those percents is 1, the division is just going to give us 84.85. And that's the new weighted mean score, and that's your answer.